All right, let's take a look and see where we are. So, first off, let's look at the claim. We figured out that it's a mean. Why? Because our data is numbers. That's that mean in disguise. So, and then are they matched up? Do you guys see how they're matched up? These guys go together, those guys go together, those guys go together? Before and after? So this is going to be a dependent one. The easy way, here's the easiest way to figure it out. You know it's dependent because they come in matched pairs like this, where this one goes with that one. See where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, guys? Look up. I'm going to look up. See it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That may or may not be there on the exam. But they'll be something like this where they match up and they're together. Do you guys see what I'm saying? You can clearly see that they go together. So you guys are going to subtract these off, right? That's your first thing you're going to do. Find all the little d's. 200, 65, sorry, 20, 65, negative 2, 2, negative 1, and 16? Yeah? All right, and then you're going to come up with your H naught and your H1. So H naught is always, always, always for this one, that mu d is equal to 0, no difference. H1, I don't know, let's find the claim. Can it be concluded? See the word concluded? That what?
Cholesterol level
has been changed. So changed means what?
Not equal.
Not equal to. If you change something, you can make it smaller or larger, not equal to. Everybody, does that make sense, folks? So your claim is that it's not equal to. It's not equal to 0. That's your claim. It's different. It's changed somehow. So you're going to use the word support. All right, so then you're going to throw these guys into a list on your calculator, and you're going to figure out what your X bar is, and you figure out what your S is. So I'll pop around and see you guys have all done that on your calculators. Okay, so now Kim is going to explain what she did. Kimmy, go ahead.
Okay, well, we went over the claim. You did that, right? So everyone has that. Okay, critical value is both positive and negative 2.571. And then the t-value, you plug all that in, and then you get 1.608. And then my picture, you can see where I put the critical values in different colors.
Oh, you didn't shade. Why did you not shade?
Oh, I was rushing, sorry. You get the idea.
Yeah, but you have. If you guys want credit on the exam, you have to shade.
Well, yeah, we'll check on mine.
Clearly have a Okay.
For color.
Keep going.
Yeah, and then step 4, do not reject H naught because it's not in the guilty region. And then there's not enough evidence to support the claim that cholesterol levels have been changed by mineral supplements.
Good. Everybody on board with this? So she didn't even bother putting the -0. You don't need to, because if you subtract 0, you just get the same thing. Right? So this is even easier than the regular t-test, because your mu d is, your mu naught is always going to be 0. Super, super, super simple. All right, do you guys want 30 seconds to talk to neighbors about this?
No.
Okay, you're done talking to each other?
Yeah.
Yes.
At least about that.
Yeah,
It's probably bad.
I sat in the same seat the whole semester. Me and you. And I like sitting up front.
All right,
You
so
see in the back.
for the TI 384, for these two, we're never going to use this 2-prop z-test. Oh, wait, we will. I'm sorry. We're either going to use for proportions, we're going to use the 2-prop z-test for proportions. We're going to use the 2-sample t-test for the means, independent, and then t-test of the difference for the means when they're dependent. Those would be the ones you use on your calculator. say a quick summary of all of them.
Your excuse.
I would say, this one, I'm not gonna make you guys use. And this one, I'm not gonna make you guys use. So you don't really need those. So-
Yeah. Maybe.
Alright, so just as a reminder, on exams, I'm absolutely always going to make you state your H0 and your H1. Ideally, you circle and put a little 1 by that, because then I know that that's step 1. Step 2, we'll circle with the 2, find a critical value. You always use your T or Z table for that. They're the same piece of paper. T table is all the papers, all the numbers above. The Z table is this very bottom row. Find your test value, your test stat, and your p-value. I'm not going to make you find your p-value. Unless maybe it's an extra credit question, in which case you can just use your stat tests. And then, but remember, I want you to put in all the formulas with all the numbers in them. And then you can use your stat test if you want to calculate, that's fine. 4, decide to reject or not reject H0, and then 5, summarize the results for your claim. You will need to draw a picture. I should put that in there. Draw picture. Okay. So here's just some tools that we figure out. The hardest part is figuring out what kind of problem it is, right? You have all the formulas, you have everything on your yellow sheet, you're good to go. If you can figure out what kind of problem it is. How about Alejandro? Go ahead.
Important for me. A portion will have an experiment or survey where the answers are yes or no, or aren't / aren't, or are. Not a value. What does proportion look like? 14 out of 92 students, or 28.6% of students, or out of 389 students, 212 are.
Right. So remember, if I give you a percentage like 28.6, that's not 0.286 out of 389 students. Because what are you gonna do? Like 1/4 of a person, like their left leg and part of their hip said yes?
No.
Oh no. So remember, a proportion, if I give you a percentage, that's just the percentage. All right, here's p hat, take it. Make sense? If I give you a number, not a percentage, like 32 out of 192, that's your x. So that's your number of successes out of 32 out of 192.
So 32.
Well, so you got to pay attention to whether it's a number or a percentage. If I give you a percentage, if I give you 32%, if it says percent afterwards, that's a big difference between 32. 32 is a number. That means 32 out of 192, or whatever the n is. 32%, that is your p hat, 0.32. Do you guys understand the difference between those two things? Mm-hmm. If it has percent afterwards, that is your p hat. If I say 32 out of something, then that's your x, and you have to find p hat. Because remember, you have p hat is equal to x over n. You're always going to be given this. You're either going to be given p hat or x, one or the other. How do you tell the difference? P hat will have a percentage after it, percent sign after it. The x will be a whole number, it won't have that. Yeah.
Are you gonna have a question on the test that's like, for example, like 24% of students, and then like the total number of students? Or are you gonna give it like numbers with numbers?
I could do either one.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is I'm always going to give you n. I'm either going to give you p hat, which will have a percent sign after it, or I'm going to give you x, which will not have a percent sign after it. Do you guys get the difference between those two? All right. Great. So, who was it? I'll have to keep reading.
Nowhere is the words sample mean or sample with mean of or the mean of the samples, so no x bar.
Right?
It all
Or,
comes-
yeah, or an x bar in disguise, which is a list of numbers and you have to figure out what x bar is. Keep going.
It all comes down to what are you asking in the survey or experiment? What is your height?
What is your height? You know your height? What's your height? What's your height? What's your height?
6'3".
What kind of answers are those? Numbers. Keep going. Are you an English major? Stop. Are you an English major?
7 inches.
Are you an English major? 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 What kind of answers are those?
Yes or no?
Yes and no. Not numbers. That's not a mean question. Height would be a mean question. Are you an English major is not. Next one.
How many siblings do you have?
How many siblings do you have?
4.
How many siblings do you have? What kind of question? What kind of answers are those? Numbers. So I'm not talking about the question that I'm asking you. I'm talking about the question that the researcher asked the people, the surveyors. That question, if your data is yeses and nos, it's a proportion. If your data is numbers, it's a mean. Right? Okay. For confidence intervals, don't worry about this one. Just do this part here. Find the critical value, which you're going to look up in the Z table or T table. Z for proportion, right? Easy peasy. Or mean Mr. T. Step 2, you're going to find your error. So this is your critical value. Maybe I put Z critical value and T critical value. That just means critical value. Everybody all right with that part? And then find step 3 is calculate the interval. P hat plus or minus E, or X bar plus or minus your E. So you guys know this is just your critical value. Or maybe I should put it this way. That's that, just so you guys are aware. Okay. So don't solve these. I just want you guys, we're just going to do 2 or 3 of these. Just identify the type of problem, whether it's a proportion or a mean, whether it's a T distribution or a Z distribution, or whether it's a test or a confidence interval. So with this, with your neighbor, try to figure out whether this is a mean or a proportion. Just take 15 seconds with your neighbors. Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was some problems. It was just okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
All right, I'm gonna randomly pick somebody.
Forgot I was born.
So check with your neighbors before I randomly choose a name.
Oh, she's asking me.
So mean or proportion, Z or T, test or confidence interval.
The next one.
Oh.
All right. Simran,
Oh, wow.
is it a? Isn't that cool? Is it a mean or a proportion? It's a mean. How do you know it's a mean? It says mean. Average. It says average. It says mean. Good. All right. Next. Carla, is it a T distribution or a Z distribution?
T.
T. How do you know it's a T?
Because it's a mean.
Yep, T. It's a mean. Make sense? All right, and then last one. Is it a Malika? Is it a test or a confidence interval?
Test,
How do you know it's a test?
because it says,
You just know.
because it'll say something like,
It's there?
Well, first of all, do you guys see the words, do you guys see
Is
the
there any-
do you guys see confidence interval here?
No.
No.
No one sees confidence interval?
No.
You guys sure?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so there's no word confidence interval. Do you guys see the word estimate? Is the word estimate there?
No, it says
No.
claim, which means test.
So a confidence interval will always say confidence interval or estimate, always. If it doesn't,
You didn't do that.
it is almost certainly, there's a really good chance it's a test. What's the other way, what are some other ways, Carla?
Oh, I just had a question if you were gonna ask these questions on the exam.
No, but here, I'm gonna say, no confidence interval or estimate. Also, you'll see some stuff where it says evidence and claim. You guys see that? Those are sort of some good hints. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go 3 minutes early. Nice job.